What's up guys, this is Massey. Welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about this function 4 over 5 minus x. I want to write two equations to represent vertical asymptote and horizontal asymptote. I want to find out the x-intercept and y-intercept. I want to state the domain and range and describe the end behavior by sketching the function. Let's start with the horizontal asymptote and vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptote is where the denominator is going to be 0. So 5 minus x equals to 0, which means that x equals to 5. So that's the vertical asymptote, equation of vertical asymptote. What about horizontal asymptote? It's where the degree of numerator is less than the degree of denominator. So that's going to be y equals to 0. So whenever the order of the numerator is less than the order of the denominator, when x approaches positive infinity or negative infinity, y approaches 0. So that's why we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals to 0, which is basically the same as x-axis. Now, we need to find out x-intercept and y-intercept. X-intercept is where this graph, this function crosses the x-axis, which means that y has to be 0. So 4 over 5 minus x has to be 0. And that's not possible because this function cannot be 0. The numerator is 4. What about y-intercept? Y-intercept is when x is 0. We sub it there, 4 over 5 minus 0. That's going to be 4 over 5. So it's going to be 0 and 4 over 5 is the y-intercept. Now let's state the domain and range. Domain is xer, x cannot be 5 because we have vertical asymptote there. Range is yer and y cannot be 0. Because we have horizontal asymptote there. So that's the domain and range. Let's find out the end behavior. End behavior is going to be, since this function is 4 over 5 minus x, we can rewrite it as negative 4 over x minus 5. Because I want to have the leading coefficient to be positive. So then when you graph it, it's gonna be something like this. When x approaches negative infinity, y approaches 0. When x approaches positive infinity, y approaches 0. And then from this, we can say when x approaches 5 plus, it means that's for numbers slightly greater than 5. Y approaches negative infinity, and for x values approaches to 5 minus, which means that those numbers which are a little bit smaller than 5, y approaches positive infinity. So we can say, and for end behavior, when x approaches positive infinity, y approaches 0. When x approaches negative infinity, y approaches 0 as well. That represents the horizontal asymptote. And basically, these are all the end behaviors and behavior around the vertical asymptote. And this is the graph. I mentioned the domain and range, vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptote, x-intercept, and y-intercept. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment if you have any question, and please don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day.